Hi, my love. Hi, friend. Hi. This is going to be quick. It's not going to be long. So you know how we was talking about getting your spark back? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about rejection. All those things. Let me put you on to something that happened today. So you see my nails, right? Very cute, giving very much natural, because all it is a gel manicure. When I went into the nail shop, I told them, I said, hey, don't file my nails. Don't file my nails. They are perfect the way that they are. That's what I'm thinking in my brain. But I literally told them, don't file my nails, right? First guy, he starts working on my hands. He gets it. He's like, cool, I won't file your nails. Wonderful. I have really small hands, so kind of doesn't make sense, right? To even go out of your way. But I was like, I want to keep the length of my nails, so don't file my nails. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Cool. So we get to this part of the service, the design part, which I'll show you on this hand, right? Because, let me get my fingers together. These are the fingers that I got done. And so a young woman has to come over because his line work is not great. She comes over. I tell her, don't file my nails. So she's working. We get all the way to the end. I'm done. She goes to filing my nails. And she says, oh, well, trying to make them perfect. And I just want somebody to hear me when I say, it was already perfect. It was already done. It was already completed. You adding more didn't make it better. It might have actually messed it up. You don't need to go back and do it again. You don't need to start it over. You don't even need to, unless you completely didn't feel it, wasn't into it, really didn't want to do it. You did just fine. You're doing well and you're doing good as is. Everything telling you how to do something, how to switch something around, you don't need to be worried about any of that. That is not your business. It's not. You know what I mean? Your whole thing right now is get your spark back, set everything ablaze. When the little voice in your head says, burn it all, metaphorically speaking, burn it all down. Because when I got out of that chair and I looked at my nails, I said, I love my nails. But I know that they were longer. And what makes it even worse is that this side is actually, it's filed down, but she must have noticed my disdain, right? So this side is shorter and this side is a little bit longer. And it made me realize you got to be okay. You got to be okay with the fact that you got to speak up for yourself. You got to advocate for yourself. And you got to make sure to let things be. And this is actually not about my nails, friend. I'm literally just letting you know, let it be. It's working out. Maybe not the way that you thought it should work out. Maybe not the way you seen it going. But you trying to make it the way that you want it to be is just you trying to force it. And you gotta let it go. It's not yours to carry, right? It's yours to let go and let be. Because the more you surrender and the more you let that thing come out of you freely, it'll speak to you diligently. And I think that's so beautiful when we just let it be. It don't gotta be perfect, it's gotta be done. It don't gotta be perfect, it's gotta be completed. It don't gotta be. It can just be as it is. And I want you to hear that. I want you to hear that before you fall asleep, before you go to work, before you hit that workout, before you do any of those things. You know what I mean? I want you to remember, it just gotta be. It just gotta be. Say it with me. It's just gotta be. You know what I mean? Our current position is a reflection of our decision making. So make good decisions, but don't try to perfect them. Let it be. Just let it be. So that's all I got for you. And I really want you to remember that from the bottom of my soul to yours. From God's lips, from my lips to God's ears. I hope you understand. Friend, it ain't gotta be perfect. Leave it be. I love you so much, friend. And I hope you feel well. I'll check in with you later. Please smile. Always. Deuces.